Hey, everyone.
What's up, everybody?
Woo-hoo. Man, we don't look.
You see those young guys?
Young guys.
Oh, yeah. That's the OG intro from 10 years ago, gentlemen.
Wow.
10 years ago.
You can't really tell. We look basically the same.
I think we do, too.
Absolutely. I'm starting to look like that character I was dressed up.
I don't look any different.
Exactly.
Bring me my stogie.
It's awesome.
Man, we used to do that shit all the time. What happened?
Life got in the way.
We tried to be a little more, I don't know, professional about the whole thing.
Yeah.
It didn't really work out, but
Drew wanted us to be professionals and make this
like these
professional.
microphones we have here and
like
everything else.
more standardized.
We sound
How about that?
Anyway.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, we sound great, though.
Big show
We do
tonight.
sound good.
Huge show. Pretty cool. It's exciting. I'm stoked about the idea, and you've already got it prepped for us, Drew. So what's in front
We're
of us?
literally going around the world.
Well, this is Scotland versus the world peated blind shootout. And we've got our best from what we have here inventory-wise.
Yes.
World whiskeys representing the peat market, if you will, of their brand, right? So we've got Ardbeg of Scotland. It's going to represent Scotland tonight. But we've got 4 others here that we can talk through, right? What do we have here tonight, Mark?
So we've got a McMyrna, which is Swedish, but it's a single cask nation bottling. So if we opened it tonight, I believe it's peated, and if it is, it's lightly peated. So it might get its rear end handed to them. But from America, we've got McCarthy's. We know McCarthy's is good peated.
And that's local to them, peated.
Oregon
right?
single malt.
Actually, it
Oregon
is.
peated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they pulled Scottish peat for that.
We're going to have to find out.
All right.
India, we've got Paul John. We know that's peated.
Yep.
And then we were
Peat,
given
malted Scottish barley. That's right.
this Kavalan from a patron of ours, and realized it was peated and was a great representation of Taiwanese whiskey. So.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun show. So
there's not a whole lot of peated.
Actually, it's a funny thing. We were researching this, and we're like, what other places could we pull from? And it's like one from each area, maybe, if we're lucky, from, one from Australia, one from, like one from Sweden. And so
the
we're
only
doing
Irish one we could think of was Connemara. We don't have
and
that.
we all ran out.
We did have one, and something happened to it.
Like it got poured out.
Sean
so
didn't
terrible.
like it. That's what happened
I
to
didn't
it.
care for that one too much.
Connemara is the worst peated whiskey I've ever had.
So by default, it just lost.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
We're
Yeah,
going to put
there
that
you
at the
go.
bottom list.
Okay.
So
Not
we can
representing.
say we have Irish here as well, but the Irish is the bottom for that
So
brand anyway.
We've got these pre-poured behind us in
Not in
colored
any
glasses.
particular order.
There are stickers on the bottom, so we don't know what's in each glass, and we're just going to walk our way through this.
So real quickly, though, let's talk about what's in our glass and what's in your glass in the comments on here. But we poured, just to start off with, I think it's a Glen Scotia, was it 15-year-old?
Yeah, I think it is. It's
Yes, Glen Scotia 15.
Yep.
Man, this is a good, nice warm-up dram if I ever had one, let me tell you.
Classic Campbelltown.
What's nice about this is it's got all the rich flavors to get your palate all warmed up. But then when you get the peat, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not overwhelming.
No worries.
It's not gonna slow anybody down. All right, so this is gonna kind of be a fire round, right? Like we've got 5 whiskeys to go through.
Yeah, in a short amount of time because we've got trivia tonight. We've got some Patreon Q&A to talk about. It's gonna be a good show,
It's gonna be
boys.
fun.
All right,
Packed.
so
How do you want to
s-
run through this?
Do you want to start? Like we'll nose and taste
Yep.
and pass.
Yep.
Yeah,
Does
let's
that
do
work?
that. Yeah, let's start with the black.
All right,
Let's go with Sean's
Sean,
order.
Start with the black glass.
I'm gonna move that Scotia over and we'll get started.
So those are listening to that. We've got 5 glasses here. We're going to start with black, then we're going to do green, we're going to do purple, gold, and then red. So we'll call them out in that order if we can. But we have no idea what's in these glasses. All we know is the bottles are here and poured somehow.
I call this blue, but
Okay, well, it's
the
blue
different
purple.
color. Blue.
You're good at calling things out tonight,
Blurple.
Andrew.
It's
You know,
blurple.
the folks that are just listening can't see it anyway.
So in the black glass, well, but if he's saying blue and he's saying purple, we're gonna have a comment. So
Blurple.
Blurple it is.
Blurple.
All right, black glass is first. So nose is interesting because it's sweet, but it has like a woody smoke note to it and kind of a licoricey kind of thing going on.
So these are all peated too. So they're not like hickory smoked or mesquite smoked or anything like that.
That's
I
got
guess
some.
it's good to be fair too to say that
Oh.
we don't have a whole lot of good information to say that is some of this peated whiskey. I think you called it earlier. Is some of it from Scotland? I don't know for some of this, but that's not the point. The point tonight is
These American distillers, or they're distilleries from the country that are using peated. Yeah. So I did
Yes.
verify that the McCarthy's is Scottish peated barley.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So black glass, I got some of the things used to definitely woody. I actually got a little barbecue on it as well.
Oh,
on
that's
the
good.
nose.
Tasting it.
No.
So I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but think Red Hots.
Ah, red hot.
It's got a cinnamon,
Subliminal
not like a cinnamon whiskey
Ooh,
kind
yeah,
of
it
thing,
does
but
smell
like
like
the
barbecue.
heat from the Red Hot. You know how it kind of like builds and then fades.
yeah, sure.
It's like that.
There's a nice richness to it, though,
Yeah,
too.
it's actually really good.
Mm. Yeah.
I do get a little bit of the licorice, black licorice.
On the finish, for sure.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting pork barbecue on that.
Oh, I'm getting smoky like on the Traeger
Yep.
there
Yeah.
with just freshly rubbed, pork and the butts are going on right now. That's exactly what I'm getting on the nose.
It's nice.
It's a little bit of
That's
there's
really
spike
tasty.
cinnamon too in the nose or something as
Yeah,
well.
you'll get the cinnamon.
That's really
So
tasty.
the goal isn't to guess these, folks. For those listening and watching here, we're trying to just go through them and see which one. I don't know, kind of rank them, I guess, if you will. See which one we like the best.
Yep. So we'll go black.
Ooh, that's got a
glass,
nice long earthy finish to it.
Yeah,
It's nice.
The black?
It's
a
actually
be-
really
it's,
good.
it's a good tasting whiskey.
All right, this one. So I'm on the green glass now. This is all green, right?
Yeah.
Just checking.
Well, I might call it black green.
So it's got a sweeter nose. There's a little bit of like fruit cake in it. I don't really get a lot of peat or smoke on the nose. Mm. Hey, there it is.
That's what I was waiting to
So
hear.
it's on the palate, not on the nose.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow, it
Came up
smells
from the-
sweet.
The depths.
Really sweet on the nose.
man. You could see it coming from around the corner.
Well,
Little five fingers to the face.
I threw
Yeah.
that before I came in the room.
Wow.
Okay, so after the sweetness, I'm also getting a little bit of green, like grassiness into it. And just to
yum.
confirm, none of these have grain. These are all single malts, right? I didn't check
Yes.
that. I'm almost
I don't know about.
positive.
I
I don't
think
know about
they're
Paul
all-
John.
Paul John might be grainy.
No, I think it's
I'm pretty sure.
The other ones are not.
No, it's malt whiskey.
single malt whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they're all single malts.
Because I swear I smell a little grain in here.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't
okay.
taste it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice, big and
It's
bold.
delicate on the nose.
But
Yeah.
yes,
I haven't had it yet, but the black glass from earlier is definitely
Hey, I'll
still
tell you,
lingering.
that's a sneaker, man. That's gonna
Yeah,
donkey
the
punch
smell, in the nose.
you. You don't know.
I'm getting like linen, but I will suspect I'm
It's
not
in
gonna-
there.
it's hiding in the dark, and all of a
It is-
sudden, boom,
Yep. Surprise.
immediately.
Mr. Jackson.
It's not like, hey, there's some sweetness on this, and then it builds. It comes at you.
Where'd that come
Ooh,
from?
that's a little off.
The nose is wallpaper paste.
Wallpaper. Paste.
Yeah, I could see that.
I didn't get any of that.
Well, maybe the palate is too.
That's like it's like a sour seaweed peat. That's what I'm getting on that.
A sour seaweed peat.
Yeah, as opposed to like the pork barbecue.
That's fair.
It's more of a minerally briny kind of peat. I think.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I
A
get
little licorice too on the green.
Yeah, I think
nose.
that
the
may be
late
part of
late
coming-
finish. I get a metallic leftover residue.
Getting a little licorice on the finish too.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Now go do
hey,
this.
Hello.
how you doing?
Not wallpaper paste on
No.
the palate.
No.
That's like a raw earth, like just
Yes.
super dirty.
Like chewing on a piece of moss or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I think your seaweed analogy is pretty good. So as we're going through this, chat, let us know what you think is in each glass. I'm just curious based on what we're saying.
All right. So we're on, what is this, Blurple?
Blurple.
This is purple.
It's a blue purple.
You guys
color.
are
That's
assholes.
fine. It can be purple. I don't care.
This smells...
It can be blue. It can be blue.
Isn't
classic
that a song?
peated Scotch is what
Oh,
I get
classic
out of
peated. Okay.
Well.
Hell. Wonder how we're doing here.
this. Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah? Pretty
Yeah.
confident?
That's
Yeah.
kicking.
I thought black was pretty good.
Black was
honestly,
really
it's,
tasty.
It's kind of low key. It's a very low key peat. It's not going to reach out and smack you in the face.
It's it tastes like a slightly more aged whiskey. Like the peat isn't as like harsh. And,
Okay,
and,
so it's mellowed a
up
little.
front. It's a little bit more mellow, kind of rounded off the edges just a little bit. Nice underlying sweetness, full rounded peat. You know, lots of smoke, fills up the mouth and the sinuses. Really nice. It's good.
It's really light on the nose.
What you got, Mark?
So on the nose, I actually got more of a burnt barbecue. So instead of that pork barbecue that you're talking about in the pork butts, it was more of a charred burnt. But it's subtle,
Like a burn end. Yeah.
right? It's actually pretty subtle on the palate as well. It's not an overpowering peat. A briny finish, sour, salty.
Very salty.
Yeah,
Yeah, salty burnt ends.
It's a longer finish than the green glass was.
for sure.
These are actually
It's pretty mellow though.
Better
It's-
than I
like-
thought. As
yeah,
far as battles here.
honestly.
Oh, this is tasty. Yeah, the finish is really long on that blue glass, and it just has this, just kind of burnt char. I mean, it's not like charcoal because it is still a little bit of sweetness and greasiness to it, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's like something that's been smoked for a while. Like it's approaching 195 degrees, ready to start coming
a little
off the
overdone?
smoker.
Yep.
No, it's exactly where we want it to be.
Oh,
It's really good. It's got a nice, I would say even somewhat milk chocolate taste to it or some kind of creaminess to it. It's good. The nose wasn't, I think the black had a better nose than this one, to be honest. But boy, that one it's well balanced.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Gold is up next.
man, I'm having a hard time remembering which one is which.
So this is like
Oh,
Fruity
I got it.
Pebbles.
I got it down.
Fruity
Pebbles.
So not so peated.
Get some water up on these bad boys too.
Oh yeah, we'll go through that.
It's like it's super fruity.
Fresh and 2D.
Tutti frutti. Your face says something different than like.
Well, so this one, it does have some smoke to it,
Sweet honeysuckle.
but it is like spring sweet fruit. It's really fruity.
So it's a fruity
apples
peat?
and pears, or like cherries, or
Like-
blueberries. And,
Almost like artificial fruit. Like it's really sweet, but like honey, but with
honeysuckle's right on.
Yeah.
Dude.
I knew
Yeah.
it, man.
maybe honeysuckle,
It's a wee bit honeysuckle.
maybe like ginger syrup. It's got a little bit of smoke to it.
A little bit of a tang down at the
So
end.
is
of
it?
Yeah.
Would you say it's peaty then, or more smoky?
If it is, it's really light. Like it kind of tastes like something you would have that was like partially peated and partially not peated kind of thing. You know what I mean?
It's not as oily. It's more cloying on the mouthfeel.
It tastes like new wood,
Shorter finish.
like 2x4.
Honeysuckle's right on. I would even dare to say peachwood on this.
What?
I could go there too.
I don't know about
Because
all
it
that.
is
man.
new young wood. Yeah, it's but more like maybe a more resinous wood, like maybe a cedar. I don't know.
I don't know
I
about
think that one's
cedar.
interesting.
It is interesting.
I'm not getting much peat on
But
that,
I don't know if I would, because we're ranking peated. I don't know that.
It is peated a little bit though.
Yeah, no, it is. But compared to the first three we tried,
it's
not fair.
It's a very unique dram with the fruit forward notes, which I am not used to having in peated whiskeys. It's very interesting to me. But it's Man, it's super peachy.
So out of the 5 on the table, all 4 of us have had at least the middle 3. We just opened the McMyrna tonight, so none of us have had that before. And we just opened the Cavalon tonight, so none of us have had any experience with that as well.
And I don't remember the other 2 that well, to be honest. So,
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're familiar with the Ardbeg.
Heck yeah.
It is what it is. It's Ardbeg.
All right. So last one, we've got the red glass on deck. This one, there's a little bit of it's a sweet nose. There's a little bit of peat when I first took the lid off, but it's kind of wafted off now.
interesting.
That one's different than the other ones. I get like spiced apples.
Sure.
It's got an apple-y quality to it, and clove, and kind of like that red candied apple kind of thing going on. But real nice, pretty well balanced whiskey. It's got a nice smoke to it on the back end, so almost like if you were outside by a campfire eating like some kind of an apple dish, you would get that kind of thing going on.
Ooh, that's got a little funk on the nose.
Got a nice, decent finish. It lingers, and nothing really off-putting or anything. Pretty well-balanced whiskey, honestly.
Wow, it's even more cloying than the last one. It's dry in the mouth. But all your apple notes for sure. On the nose, I was getting a little bit of cherry as well. But boy, on the palate, there's no cherry. It's apple.
Yep.
That's totally apple. I mean,
but in a good
screaming
way.
apple.
It's nice, actually.
Wow, that is actually really interesting in the nose.
That is much more interesting than the gold glass. So again, neither the gold glass and the red glass aren't particularly peated, but they have that red glass is a good whiskey.
Right?
It's pretty hot too.
Oh yeah, that's good.
This is a weird competition, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not sure, because I've got 3 on the table that I'm like, that's interesting. I definitely want to get into it. And all 5 of them are actually like nothing off-putting about any of them, really.
Cap of glass.
Now, as far as like peat goes,
Glass, go for it.
I think the gold and the red are kind of behind just because they weren't as
peaty.
They didn't represent as the peat world as much.
But black,
they're
green,
good.
and blurple are all 3.
Jesus Christ.
They were actually
I'm gonna let it go.
closer than I thought. So this is gonna be a tough competition, guys. Do you have a favorite?
I don't actually. I'm in the same boat as you. I honestly assumed Ardbeg would come out. I feel like I'm trying not to know what it is, but I want to be representative of what I like tonight. I'm very interested in all 5 of these actually. So they're all coming out doing a good job. I mean,
yes.
I want to try more. I'm really interested in the water to see what happens there, just for shits and giggles. But I like them
I
all.
hope the water brings the peat on the nose of the green. I wasn't getting any peat on that at all.
I think the fruitiness of that one glass, I don't know if it was gold or whatnot, it was almost too fruity. So I'm curious if the water will help.
But I will say, as far as like, because we're shooting this in spring, like I was interested in the fruity glass just because I don't necessarily drink a whole lot of like heavily peated whiskeys when it's hot outside until about August, when I'm like, I miss my peat.
Yeah,
all right,
that's true.
So
start backwards.
talking about favorites, right now
Fair.
I would say it's between black and blue for my favorite.
I
I'm
agree.
really interested in red, and then the gold and the green is kind of bringing up the back.
Right now, I've got black. I'm interested in the green still. I'm interested to see how water treats it. Blurple was solid. Black was solid. The other 2 were fruitier, so but they were still interesting. But I don't know that water is going to help them in the peat category.
I think the red is a kicker. It's pretty good.
All right, so we're back to the black glass. It smells delicious.
With water.
Yes.
These are all with water now.
Yeah, black and blue, I think, have the favorites going on.
So on the nose and the initial palate, I got like a wet paper kind of thing going on.
That's not good.
But I mean, it wasn't bad. It was almost like old books that had gotten like damp, and not like.
It's not like it's been corked, but
No, not like that at all. Just like kind of part of where they made the cuts, or I don't know. But the peat's still nice. It's a well-rounded whiskey. Got a little bit of that nice smoke and spice going on the finish. Good long lingering finish, which was what I really remembered about this glass.
So I think the nose, the water tainted down a little bit. I didn't get as much of that barbecue that I was getting, but man, did it just it made it really approachable on the palate. It's really good on the palate. It's a good peated whiskey.
Yep.
Yeah, he does bring some of the barbecue sweetness down, but man, that peat just hangs there.
It's a really nice, well put together glass.
So yeah, if you add water to black, it essentially pulls the sweetness down, but the peat doesn't waver.
That's a good glass right there,
and
gentlemen.
Holds it nice.
That's nice. It's got everything you want, from the sweet to the peat to the little bit of floral, a little bit of spice, everything nice,
Long
barbecue.
lasting.
All right, hit that green.
All right.
Can't beat
It's
it.
good.
Green is up.
Yeah, there's like that black also has like body to it. It's really
Almost a little bit of ashiness or something.
yeah on the
Creosote.
long finish. Yeah, as the finish tapers for sure.
Man, that green is so much bigger now.
Oh really?
With the
Yeah.
water, really.
Yeah.
I think it smells more bubblegummy.
It goes to
Oh,
show you
so
what
it's
water
sweeter?
can do to your whiskey.
Man, it's really nice. Just bigger, more full-bodied, more peat. Man, it's a mouthful now. Like it's a really nice glass.
Well, I don't remember that one from earlier on. Which
This
Is
is
this-
why I think this is a wallpaper paste nose.
okay.
Because it still has that. It's getting a little bit of seaweed on it now.
Okay, that's right.
Its peat is different
Yes.
than the rest of the other four. It's just it's not I don't want to say not a traditional, but it's not the more common type of peat flavor that I'm used to getting. It's a different peat. There's
I'm with
something
you,
else.
Andrew. It's got like a briny, salty, especially on the finish.
Yeah,
There's like a brininess to it.
like really salty.
Yeah.
It smells like like you're sniffing an unsmoked cigarette, like it's tobacco in the nose,
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
and a little bit of the paper and
Yep.
Unsmoked cigarette. I don't think that's in my tasting kit,
Sounds good.
but it does represent.
It used to sound better.
I
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
that's pretty good.
It's
It's got a nice little.
It's solid.
Wow.
I honestly think that came up on my standings.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that's-
got a little more funkiness to it now. Yeah,
It's edgy,
yeah.
but it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those glasses I would like start the evening with, but I wouldn't want to drink more than like one because I think the it's not like easy drinking, fun to drink whiskey. It's more of a interesting, like an IPA. I'll have one IPA because they're
Right.
interesting, fun to drink, but I'm not going to drink IPAs all night.
That's
'cause,
fair.
ugh.
I'm not
Too
having
much.
one.
I have to say before we go on that I thought that Islay would just come in here and crush.
Whip some ass.
And
Kicks man.
this is a much closer competition thus far.
Definitely
It's
is.
actually it's an entertaining flight.
So Burple.
All right, Burple. All right, the nose is actually lighter than it was before.
All right, we're already halfway in too, so we need to. I'm going to play the maestro. Guys, let's get through this.
Is that what you sound like? Wow.
All right,
That's my best
Oh.
drink. I don't know if that is you at
it's
all.
kind of like
Perfect.
I think.
Water killed the peat on the nose.
Guess,
Oh, really?
guess what I got on that? Peanuts.
Oh,
Now you got to put that in his head.
Yeah, he put that in his head. He doesn't know it.
It was kind of prevalent, to be honest with you.
No, he's not going to say that. He's not
it
gonna
smells more like cashews to me.
do it. Don't do it.
Is that Georgia
Take
peach?
me out to the bar.
Is that Georgia peanuts or Virginia peanuts? Because I found out this weekend that there is a difference.
There is a difference. It's nice though.
Yes.
Nice.
Muy bien.
Not much peanut on the nose though.
No, the nose is very light.
I think water just wiped the peat off the nose. It's just not there.
Mm.
Oh, that's it's a nice nose.
So
That was good.
The initial palate isn't pretty peaty, but man, once it rolls over your tongue, oh god, it's good whiskey. But it is more ashy, a little less sweet.
That's a fire pit right there, man. That's
good. It's good.
That's really
You like
good.
It is a fire pit. I would agree with you.
All
on
right,
that.
bring me the fruit.
All right.
So
Time for the fruit.
So the black, I feel like, is is got a. I think we're all Blurple's killing it, but black.
Black's holding in tight.
Black is right there.
Honestly, I like green.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't mind green.
I liked black until we put the water on. And I still like black, but green came up for me. I can smell this fruit from here.
Oh, see, black is now smelling like
crazy,
fresh
man.
malt. Yeah, young.
I think actually the
Just ground
black
malt.
has more flavor going on.
I think it does too.
But the blue has the peatiness that we've come to love from Islay, is what I would say.
Gold.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, let me clean.
So
the
you're
cup.
in the
This
gold,
was
Sean.
fruity, and it's not as fruity.
Oh, it's fruity.
Well, I don't know.
Tutti frutti.
No, it's fruity. It actually didn't change hardly at all.
And we got the same amount of water
It's-
on each one.
It's very, very fruity.
All right.
It's good. I would sit and drink that, no
that
problem. But it is not going to hold its own in a peated category.
No.
How about that?
A little bit of sweet, like Smarties on the nose.
Smarties. Oh, that's an old candy right there.
It's hot.
Is that the one that's like?
I was
Sweet Tarts
thinking
or-
runts
Runts.
because they were the little fruit.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Well, no, the Smarties are those little round ones. They're
Right.
like,
But
Kinda
those were
roll.
just like
Like the ones from Halloween.
powdered sugar.
yeah, they're
Like-
mostly powdered sugar
Yeah.
pressed into a
Do
pill.
you know where the shape of those came from?
No.
You want to know?
Sean
Yeah.
does.
I know where they
While
came
we're
from.
here.
So they, after World War II, they had all these machines that made the
Those things.
in cartridges the small part that actually ignites the gunpowder. Why can't I
primer?
think of that? Yeah.
Primer.
So they had these primer machines that would make the primers, and they obviously weren't making ammunition anymore. So that's why they have that shape and that
Oh,
they
weird.
just
So
use
they're-
those machines
It's,
to like
looks like a
smash.
it's candy primers.
Yeah.
That's why I like
Yep.
them. I knew it.
There's still a
They-
little bit of
I
residual
don't even know if
gunpowder
they
in
even
them.
cleaned them before they started
Yeah,
making it.
residual gunpowder in there. still.
Exactly.
All right, back to gold. So
Gold.
this is actually representing bourbon a little bit in the nose now with this sweet,
Uh-oh.
the peachy.
I don't know about that.
I think
It
you've
is
been
very
drinking.
fruity though.
I think Drew's been drinking.
Actually,
I think it's like an artificially flavored candy, sweet candy, like Smarties or.
I
Runt
think you're 100% right there. It's wow. It's got a nice peat finish.
And there's a kick on the back end. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I said I thought it was hot, and I don't mean like ABV hot. There's a spicy. There's a heat in the back of it.
It's an interesting dram. Like it's pretty like harsh. It's the front end's fruity tooty, whatever you want to call it, and then it's boom. It's just peat and
And
nothing
that
else.
was the one earlier without water. That's the one I thought had like a resinous wood, like
Yep.
cedar.
Yeah,
or-
Yep.
yeah.
Those
so
apples
this
are
one was
still
the
there.
apple one. The
Still
apples
there.
are
So you're on red
Yeah.
now. Okay.
so red is
Still there.
actually, I think it's bigger and bolder than it was neat.
Oh, I love a whiskey that does that.
It's got more flavor, more kick, more punch.
Oh, it just
The nose was nice. It's a damn good glass, and the finish is long.
Wow.
Right?
Really?
Yeah,
You know, I'm not saying I didn't really get any peat out of it.
I did,
Oh, that's tough.
but it's light. Like it's not.
Oh, that's got a great nose.
that is
but
such a
it's-
good balanced whiskey.
It's really
oh my
nice.
gosh.
red's a good whiskey.
Red came out of nowhere all of a sudden.
I mean, I don't consider it peated. The flavors in there are like deep red fruits and just they're so perfectly balanced with oak. It's a great
good,
whiskey,
man.
but it's
It's
not a
good.
peated whiskey
That's
in my
real
view.
good. I think
Yeah.
There's
there's a
peat to
hint
it.
of peat, but it's not very
It's
strong.
probably what balances it.
It's good.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Well,
like
that's really
smoked
good.
fruit, right? Like you've got like a
That's a
savory
great-
with the sweet, and it kind of all goes together.
I don't know.
That's why we have the chef on the.
I
on
think
the
we're
panel.
going to be all over the place in this one because
Yeah.
that red one overall has the best full bodied going on.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
2
I-
hours later.
So okay.
All right.
What's our criteria? Best whiskey or best peated whiskey?
Well,
Well,
why
I
don't,
I think we can all vote gold off the island, right?
Yeah, it's-
like
it's last.
I actually liked the dram, but as far as peated goes, I'm gonna
Gold's
vote
out.
that one off.
gold is in our last place. Mark, you agree?
Gold out.
yeah.
Out,
Yeah,
Jerry.
okay.
All right.
I was gonna do a free for all here, guys. Will you just grab a glass if you
yeah,
want to
that's fair.
revisit it?
So yeah, so if you want to hit a nose on one of the glasses, hit it and see what you you think.
Just talk about what you got there. So you just did what? Blue?
I'm not talking about. I'm just trying to rank these because I've got a
Trying to
close
think it up,
tie
Zorb.
here.
Oh, that blue has got a great nose on it.
Son of a.
All right. Easy
Keep
killer.
them off.
Easy.
Keep them off. All right.
Gosh, that black is good.
Mm.
Let me see that green. Just want to make sure before I vote it off the island. Shit.
God damn.
I'm having a real hard time with this, guys.
This is harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought Islay was going to come out here and just smack them all.
These are so good. Black and blue are like good, great in their own right.
All 4 of these guys are toe to toe, honestly.
Shit.
Okay, so literally, are we choosing the best peated or the best whiskey?
The best whiskey on this table.
Well, but it's
I
got to be
think-
peated because we voted off the gold just because it wasn't peated.
I'm here.
I voted gold off because I thought it was the worst whiskey on the table.
I agree with you.
I go green 4.
Let me.
I agree with you. Green's out. Blue, black, and red are the best whiskeys, but I would say red is not a peated whiskey, and thus, if this is a peat challenge, I don't think red is in
So-
the comparison.
In my mind, gold got voted off first, and there is a wide margin between gold and green.
Yeah.
And the
Agreed.
margin between green and the other 3
Slim.
is slim, and the
Yeah.
margin between these 3 is even slimmer.
Slimmer. Yes.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, so I have 2 winners: best whiskey and best peated whiskey.
I'm okay with that.
Because they're
I'm okay with that because I think there is a clear peated whiskey here. Overall, best whiskey. That's debatable.
What are you going to do when you find out that red's got peat in it?
Well, it might, but it's not a peated. It's when you think peated whiskey, that's not red. It might have peat in it, but so does Johnny Blue,
man.
and that's not considered
You're
a
living
peated
in
whiskey.
2025, man. If it's peated, it's peated.
Honestly, I do like the red.
I know.
That
bitch is
red
good.
is delicious. It's my favorite overall dram so far. I want to go back to.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time between blue and black, which honestly, when we did the first run through, I was like, those 2 are going to have a problem.
Yeah,
Because they were pretty solid, actually, both of them.
yeah. I would put red as my best overall,
I'll tell you what,
but I
man.
don't think it's peated. I don't
Yeah.
think it's fair in the peated category.
I'm going to rank these red, black, purple, green, gold.
so
now, if
red
we-
is your favorite peated whiskey on this table.
If we find out that it doesn't have any peat and it gets DQ'd, then black is it. But I think it's coming down. The surprise for me is going to be coming down to choosing black over blue because I think I know what blue is. But
Drew is struggling. He's battling.
So I am. Oh gosh, I think overall I like the red as my favorite. Has everything going on with it.
Yep.
However, I think blue is the best peated whiskey up here. Super damn close to
blue and
black.
black.
Super damn
Is
close.
there any whiskey left in those?
Not much.
I'm going red is the best, but black is the best peated.
So you're going black. What did I say? Blue is
You said blue.
blue. Yeah.
You said blue.
Sean hasn't said anything yet.
I'm having a real hard time, fellas.
So we're essentially split on the black and blue
I
right
think
here.
we are.
I think
I'm saying black's better than blue.
I'm going to go with that as well.
All right.
No,
So that's
okay.
three to 1.
Three
there on
black.
that.
But what about
Red's the best.
Red's the
on
best
table.
whiskey.
Okay, so that
It's really good.
Well, I think that's fair. So we're all basically on the same playing field. You're saying red is the best overall.
yeah?
I lose. Black is technically the best peated whiskey. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
blue is.
For those
Yeah.
listening at home on a podcast, you're missing the fun of a chaotic clusterfuck.
Jesus. man.
All
All
For
right.
those watching, they're thoroughly enjoying
Let's
it.
let's see how bad we did.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip all the
No,
bottles
but
down.
I don't know. It was a clusterfuck.
I can tell you
Except for
that
one.
Ardbeg is not red.
No.
So I'm gonna tip all these down. Is there a sticker on that one?
I thought you put stickers on them.
Well-
Well, we're screwed now.
No,
Well, I know which
do we
one
get screwed?
Ardbeg is.
I'm pretty sure I know what it is too, but I don't know.
I don't
Okay,
want to tip
yeah.
this one because the cork is in bad shape.
Okay, it's half blue. So
Half
this
blue.
Okay. So that one's probably red. All right. So we'll start with green glass. So
what's gold?
gold glass? What's gold glass? What's
Tip it up.
Of that?
Gold. I
Green?
think it's green.
Green.
It's green.
It's half green.
It's half green.
That would be
Half green is the McMyrna.
Okay.
McMyrna.
All right, so
Swedish
that was-
whiskey.
That kind of makes
Half a green.
sense.
Down
This
for
is
the
the
count.
peachy, crazy, fruity, somewhat, probably not.
I
peated.
actually liked that one.
It wasn't
I
bad.
wouldn't say it was
I would drink
horrible,
it.
but I just don't think it stood a
summer
chance
dram.
with the other
Yeah.
four.
It could be a good summer dram. I agree
Yeah.
with you on that. All right. So what's the gold or green glass? Green glass is
Red.
red dot. So that's got to be this one.
McCarthy's. Holy
Really?
No.
Oh.
No.
It is McCarthy's.
Is it really?
Well, there's no sticker on McCarthy's, so
There
we're
you
going
go.
to find out.
So,
All right.
so that fell out. So that was McCarthy's. Wow. I
No
didn't realize
kidding.
that. All right.
So what's blue? Or purple?
Burple is yellow,
Yellow.
dot.
That's what we all
Yep.
thought it
Yellow
was.
dot is that.
Ardbeg.
Yep. As soon as I tasted the peanuts.
Black would be blue,
Blue dot.
which is,
Blue dot. Paul John. Wow. I did not expect that.
and what is on the bottom of red? Half of a blue, and on the bottom of this is half of a blue.
Wow, really?
So
That-
Paul John won the peated.
Are you
Paul
kidding me?
John won the peated.
I technically voted for this, just so you know.
Avalon won the best whiskey on the table. So the details on
Oh
this
my
Kavalan
gosh,
bottle,
that
in
is
which
so
this
crazy.
Kavalan bottle is peated.
It is.
So there you go.
It is peated.
I mean, honestly, this was a hell of a
Barely
lineup.
peated.
Like,
I did
really
not
good.
expect this at all. I thought it was going to be Islay, and then everybody's like, we're trying to trade some
Well,
water.
I thought the McCarthy's had a chance, but it did not.
Honestly,
do
I didn't
well.
mind that one.
I thought this was like black and blue. I honestly thought Ardbeg and these two were battling. I did not predict Paul John. Holy shit.
At 46% too.
So the
was good.
Kavalan came to us from Lana.
Lana.
And we've had it for a little while. She sent us two of these sort of, I think these are 350 bottles. But this one, what a surprise. Man, this thing was a banger.
That's delicious.
That's
I actually
really,
thought this
really
was
good.
McCarthy's.
That's a banger.
I did too.
I didn't. I thought I had been that.
Well,
Because it
no,
was just so,
I thought McCarthy's was black. I thought McCarthy's was
I did too. I thought McCarthy's was black. But again, I don't have experience with Paul John. I guess I don't have experience with McCarthy's either.
That is good.
It's really good.
That is real good. Wow.
That's
All
crazy.
right, there you go.
Who knew? So let's one more time. So we've got in last place the Single Cask Nation McMara. Fourth place is the McCarthy's American Single Malt Whiskey, aged in 6 years from Oregon Single Malt. And third place.
Third place was our
Third place was
Ardbeg
Ardbeg 10. Oh man.
Oh man.
And then in technically in first place of the peated category, based on what you guys were saying,
Yeah.
Paul John from India, which
Paul
is
John Bold.
bold.
Peated single malt whiskey, non-chill filtered, 46% ABV.
What's the price on that guy? I wonder. Huh?
They aren't bad.
I didn't think so.
I mean, that's an Indian whiskey.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've got some quality Indian whiskeys.
I mean, India's
we
creating
got
some great
offers of
stuff.
So the
choice
interesting
on
thing
that
is, this is
one.
not a new bottle either. So this is the manufacture date was 12 July of 17.
So
I don't know if that was the distillate date, or I can't believe this is an 8-year-old bottle of Paul John.
No, we've had this for a little while.
But 8 years?
No, we haven't had it that
Wait a
long.
So-
minute.
I mean,
Hey,
and
well, it was
again,
probably when it distilled.
that was probably when it was distilled because, again,
And then it's,
in,
6 years old?
in Indians age quickly.
right.
Yeah.
So, Taiwan and India crushed it. So Scotland versus the world.
They had the best whiskeys of the night.
Scotland did not win.
No.
No, it did
Third.
not.
I will say
It was a close third.
this
but
one is like a reserve distillery bottling
Asterisk.
that's probably
That may not be fair.
aged and
It's a small
versus a
bottle.
10-year-old Islay, which maybe we should have thrown like Corey of Reckon or something on the bar.
Which would have been cool. But no, I mean, we're not saying it's this way for all. You know, this was the end all be all of the best Scotch, peated whiskeys in the world. This was just an interesting challenge to see where they come in at. We're talking about some other world whiskeys that are starting to put out. They put out quality whiskey.
I will say this was a much bigger battle than I thought it was going to be originally. I thought it was going to be kind of a lambs to the slaughter situation.
It was harder than I thought. It was
It-
much
it was
tighter.
really
It was
tight.
a much tighter race than I thought it was going to be. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it blew me away. You know what else blew me away? How Dr. Scotch just appeared.
I just appeared. Hey guys, what's going on?
What the what?
Superman. Dr. Scotch here.
What are you here for, Dr. Scotch? What's going
like
on?
I've been drinking.
Didn't you used to have like an intro for Dr. Scotch? But
I do. Would you like to see if I can actually have it play? Let's see if I can actually do.
So, hi guys, I'm Dr. Scotch. We are here for a little trivia tonight.
There you go.
There we go.
I just walked in here. I don't know what you guys are talking about. So there's also they call me Dr. Scotch one was what I was thinking about.
I know.
Okay.
I don't have that one handy. That's the old. All right.
So trivia.
Classic. Trivia.
I understand you guys just did a bunch of whiskey. Aren't even
we
good?
did.
Yeah.
Damn near all of
You should
them
try
were good,
one.
yeah.
All right, I might have to try one.
Eeny,
in a
meeny,
second.
miny, go. You're not allowed to try the little
But
bottle.
tonight, whiskey trivia
Okay.
with Dr. Scotch.
Dr. Scotch. All right. Question one.
I'm
Dr.
not a doctor,
Scotch.
but I play one on YouTube.
That's right, you do.
I can't wait to hear some of your answers here. I got to pick a source because apparently I didn't pick one for our camera, so we're not even on. Oh, there we are.
There we are.
There we go.
Hey guys.
What? Hey, how you doing?
How
There
you
we go.
doing?
Okay, so Dr. Scotch, I'd love to hear your comments on this one, but first question to you.
All right. What distillery serves as the backbone of Dewar's blends and was a forefront of sustainability practices? A. Glenkeith, B. Inchgower, C. Invergordon, or D. Aberfeldy.
I'm going with Charlie.
So backbone, and sustainability.
That sounds seriously Dr. Scotchy. I'm going to say D. Aberfeldy.
I'm going Invergordon.
I did visit Aberfeldy, and I know they are a Dewar's distillery, but that doesn't mean they're.
Oh,
Well, did they look sustainable?
They didn't talk a lot about that when they were there.
I don't know. I'm trying to get
This
a
whole
leg up
place
there.
is run on coal.
Those mice in the hamster wheel over there.
I didn't see solar panels. I didn't see windmills. I didn't see any of that while I was there.
I'm gonna say C as well.
It is D.
Son of a
Aberfeldy.
Damn.
Almost
What
10
were you
years
looking at when you were there?
ago. I didn't know they had installed a biomass boiler fueled by wood chips or sawdust, which reduces the carbon emissions by 95%.
So what you're telling me is you went there to drink, not take the tour and pay attention.
that's okay. He
I
can drink.
might not have paid attention. But it was the backbone of Dewar's for over a century and was relaunched as a single malt.
So I see
2014.
Ethan and Chuck both got it right.
There we go.
Nice.
Somebody's
Way to
got
go,
to, man.
guys. Way to go.
Good on
guys.
you guys.
Yes. So question 2, how many tons of peat are used each year in Scotland to make whiskey? 4,000, 7,000, 100,000 tons, or 700,000 tons?
Pete's heavy.
Not enough.
But that's a fair question. But tons, this is not pounds. This is 700,000 tons. So like
That's a lot of peat.
I would not say
1.4
700
million
million pounds.
1.4 million pounds.
Yeah.
Because there's 2,000 pounds per
Look
ton.
at you.
You got it.
Dr. Scotch and Dr. Math over here.
Giddy up.
How many pounds in a ton?
2,000.
2,000? But in a metric ton, you have 2,200 pounds because it's 2,000 kilos or 1,000 kilos. So it's a weird.
Now you're getting all geeky on me, Dr.
And with a
Scotch.
double ends, it may be a metric ton. So,
I'm going to go with C.
I'm saying C as well.
so we got a couple of C's
that's-
coming through. Aberfeldy's coming in, so that may be a little late.
Yeah.
Lock this is drunk.
Question 2.
But he's right.
Aberfeldy.
I'm going-
I'm going to go with
I'm going
Aberfeldy.
C
on
That's
this.
called
again.
cheating.
See again.
All right, see
Hey,
this.
he's
All right, it is
Ah.
C, 7,000 tons.
It's
This
not.
represents approximately 1% of all peat extracted in Scotland each year.
Wow.
The largest demand for peat comes from the horticulture industry, where only 3% of the earth is considered to be peatland.
How awesome would it be to actually go over there with those fancy shovels of wood and cut some peat bog?
I'm going to say it would be awesome for about 30 seconds.
30 seconds, just to do it once, right? You know, Leanne did it, right? Didn't she do it?
That seems like some backbreaking labor.
Yeah,
right there.
so if you watch some videos on YouTube about some of these guys cutting peat, and they just are like machines. When I was in, I worked for a highway department one summer, and there's this one guy that would shovel. We were pouring concrete, and he would shovel concrete, and he just was like slow and steady. He was like 58 years old, just all day long. Us young kids would be scooping real fast, and then get all tired. And
Yeah,
he just would just
but you know what? He's dead now.
he would just dig that peat.
or he wishes he was.
all day long. And so that's the key. Is it's so 7,000 tons. That's interesting. Okay,
That's a
not
lot
that
of
many.
lot of mud.
but it's only 1% of all peat. So farmers want the peat, or home gardeners want the peat, that kind of thing.
That's
Anywho,
fair.
question 3: if you took single malt Scotch and finished it in vermouth barrels, is it still a single malt? A yes, B no.
Vermouth. Why would you even do that?
Yeah, I don't like vermouth.
I'm gonna
Sweet or
say
dry
no.
vermouth?
I'm gonna say negative.
Negative.
Vermouth destroys a martini.
Scotch is super strict on a lot of things.
I'm-
I would say
I'm
no.
gonna say
no.
I've never heard of anything in vermouth, so I would say no.
And I don't know why you would.
Well,
want
so
to.
you talk about, so they did just open a few new rules, right? You can do tequila barrels.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Is
I don't know
vermouth.
what vermouth is even made from.
Moo.
Or ver. One or the
Jesus.
other.
Anywho, so I see some B's,
I got
There you
one
go.
right.
and it is B.
All
No,
right,
vermouth has
33%.
botanicals.
You know what?
Botanicals.
Some
you
of
bet
which make it
33%, 300. You're a good batter. So I'm 1 for 3 right now. I'm
all
killing
right.
it.
You're doing good.
I'm proud of yourself, Mark.
Vermouth has botanicals, some of which will make it into the spirit during maturation, disqualifying it from being a single malt Scotch.
DQing.
It's like gin, right?
Can't have exactly. An example is Cadenhead's Peated side. 21
I'm
year
glad you had that
made
one.
from Brendan, a single malt.
Is that
Aged-
Star Wars poutine?
All right, it's Scottish spirit drink.
That sounds
Scottish
awful.
spirit drink.
Yeah, no
no
thanks.
thanks.
All right, question 4: in which of the following countries was there never a prohibition on alcohol? A. Britain, B. Canada, C. Russia, or D. South Africa?
Well, hell's bells.
Well, okay. I think you got an
Huh.
idea,
I mean,
but I'm not gonna.
Prohibition sounds like something Canada would do. I just don't see.
Does it?
South Africa.
I just
is
don't
what I'm
see
going with.
Russia ever putting. I mean, those people go nuts. It's too damn
Yeah.
cold there. You can't take alcohol away from them people.
I have to say.
It's cold in Canada too.
Oh, so Loch Ness is
But I'm-
saying A. Oh, and maybe he's a couple serious.
Well, we don't
behind,
trust
too.
Loch Ness tonight. He's drunk.
Oh.
He's way behind.
He's way. So hit refresh. So see if it.
I like
comes up.
Russia
I'm gonna-
here.
I
I'm
like
gonna say
Russia
C,
too.
yeah.
I like
I think
Russia.
don't mess with my vodka.
I have to. Yeah. Okay. Let's see
I'm
what it
just
says.
gonna put it in
Ah,
place.
So is A. Britain, while during World War I, the allowed level of alcohol was temporarily reduced, there was not a total ban. South Africa temporarily banned alcohol sales during the COVID pandemic. Oh, due to rise in drunken
Damn it,
violence.
You
at
strike
parties.
again.
What
due to
about the
lockdown.
Russians, though, man? You know they're putting it down.
That's a fair
They're
question.
putting it down.
The trivia boys are pulling out some big ones.
Man,
tonight.
that's a tough one.
Good
All
lord.
right.
Yes, Russia is putting it down. So question 5, how many Scotch distilleries still use worm tub condenser? So that is inefficient and
I'm gonna say not very many.
I was
We
going to say
was
the same
just
thing.
talking about
so
this.
we got A5, B10, C30, or D20.
Big jump there from B
What
to C.
happened? Why is it
Why-
like in
oh.
chronicle? What,
There's a trick.
It's a trick.
I don't trust Joe
Joe or Justin
or
messing
Justin.
with
Which
us?
one of them's
I feel like they're getting you to look down there when it's actually 5.
I'm going to go with C.
Why? Just because it's out of order?
Yeah, and
gonna
I think
go-
there's. I agree. There's not very many, but there's a shit ton of distilleries still out there.
I'm gonna go
True.
B.
I'm gonna say A. I
10
don't think it's that
times.
many.
10 times.
Are we all over the place here?
That's
Yep.
right. We
We're
are.
all over.
All
Are you
right.
keeping score?
Dr. Scotch is getting tired.
So the answer is D. There are
Hmm.
Ardnaho. Oh, this is like a
So-
Oh, it's a lot more than you think.
Laddenloch, Ballamach, Benrinnes, Brora, Craigamore, Craiglachie,
Balmanic.
Dalwhinnie,
Wait a minute.
Edwardhour, Glenelgin,
Brewer
Clinkitch.
doesn't distill anymore, right?
They're new. Aren't
Mm.
they reopened?
I
Knockdew,
don't know
Mortlock,
yet,
Oban,
Mm.
Boltney,
know.
Royal Lochnagar, Speyburn.
Mm.
Sounds pretty tricky.
Did anyone get that
Right.
right?
Mm.
Rosebank
No.
doesn't distill.
We all
either.
3 lost that one.
Damn.
All
Question
right.
6.
Question 6. How many bottles of whiskey are available in the bar that has the unofficial title of largest whiskey collection available for sale?
Where the hell are you pulling these questions
How
from?
many
Jesus.
bottles of whiskey are available in the bar that has the unofficial?
Of the largest whiskey collection available.
So A is
Oh, yeah,
1,031.
Hey man, is this Price is Right rules? Because 1,031 plus, I can just vote for that and get all of them.
I'm going. I'm going Delta. It's 4,000
Closest without
plus.
going over.
4,000 plus. It's
4,000,
big dog.
3550,
Go big or go home.
1031, which is a unique number.
I'm gonna say C. Why not?
It can't be even. It's gotta be an
So
off
Justin
number.
was saying the brewer
I'm gonna
and
say
Rosebank
C.
just started again. So
I'm gonna say C as well.
we've got a couple of A's, a couple of C's.
That's a
got
lot of
D.
whiskeys. Holy crap!
4,000. I can't believe 4,000. That seems too high. I got to go with A.
You go in the Rose bar in D.C. There's over 4,000 bottles.
So the
in there.
Edinburgh whiskey.
Jack Rose?
Technically, it's not a bar though, is it? Is that more? Of
I
a
wouldn't.
museum?
But is it a collection available for sale?
No,
I don't know.
it'd have
so.
to be a whiskey bar.
That's
Yeah.
Then that's
the
a
trick
lot.
part of the question is that the quotes largest whiskey collection available.
I'm gonna say A.
And
because
unofficial.
I don't think you can have that many. Unless you have a huge ass bar.
Right.
Where did you say they had 4,000?
And Jack Rose in D.C. There's
4,000?
4,000 whiskeys?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be probably likely.
but it's probably not the largest whiskey collection available for sale.
But the whole thing's for sale.
No, each bottle you buy a bottle, but the way
Oh.
that reads, it's a whiskey collection. That's the collection is for sale. That's where the trick is in the question. That's why I'm confused.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's go. Let's see what the answer is. We got a couple B's, a couple D's online. It is C with 3,350 plus whiskeys. While
like bull.
hotly contested and ever changing, as of 2023, the record is a tie between Scotch Whiskey Experience in Edinburgh with
Been there.
around
I called that.
33.90, not all available sale, and the Artisan Restaurant in Wishaw, Lanarkshire, who has a verified 3,450 bottles, but has an unverified claim of 4,000 plus. Guinness World Record only sits at 2,467, but it costs over $10,000 for Guinness to verify a new record. So I don't,
Damn.
Yeah.
I-
It's expensive.
yeah, I don't know.
Well-
Great trivia, random trivia, interesting. So, what two molecules do we
Uh-oh.
interpret as vanilla flavor
Well, this is
in
Dr.
whiskey?
Scotch for sure.
A, vanillin and lactones. B, vanillin and diacetyl. C, lactones and ketones. Or D, tannins and esters.
It's not vanillin.
It is vanillin. I mean, that's
I
the
know, but there's
word.
not a molecule that's named vanillin.
I'm glad we got that on
inside
camera.
information there. So it's going to be A or B.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but there's also a molecule called lactones. And
Yeah, I
I'm
know,
going to
but
go with B because it sounds cooler.
because Dr. Scotch mispronounced the other molecule
Right.
in B.
Yeah.
diacetyl.
I think he was pretty confident.
Did I
in
say that
one.
wrong? Lactones, ketones, tannins, esters.
I don't
Mm.
know.
I'm going A.
I like A too because it's got vanillin and lactones, which sounds really close to other things. Yeah,
Lactose.
let's do it.
Yeah, like vanilla and milk. So it is vanillin and diacetyl. Diacetyl is produced during fermentation. Along with causing vanillin-type aromas, it also contributes to a buttery
What?
flavor. Vanillin is formed during maturation when lignin in the oak undergoes oxidation. When in contact with the spirit and oxygen, the toasting process also degrades the lignin and produces vanillin.
Interesting.
Oh,
So it's the diacetyl during fermentation that gives that buttery, creamy
Oh.
flavor.
Do you make
makes-
that stuff all the time? Do you work with those?
No. I
Oh,
don't.
not really.
I don't ferment as much
Not,
as I used to.
not officially, right?
As much as I used
Yes,
to.
legally,
inside.
no. Okay, whoa,
Oh,
question
hey,
8.
whoa.
D it is.
Easy answer to this one.
Question 8. What is the largest size liquor/wine bottle generally offered for public sale? 1.75, 3 liter, 3.78 liters, and 4.5 liters.
Dude, who's
I will
buying
say
that
I
big
actually
dog?
would have got this
So
because
that's
of
a
the
Magnum.
wine.
It's a Magnum, right?
No, Magnums are. I forget what the bigger bottles are.
Magnums are
Well,
bought
Magnums-
in gas station
Magnum's like a
bathrooms. What are you talking
175,
about?
but I don't remember what the names of the other bottles are. But it goes up like 3
You
levels.
wish.
Wow.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big ass bottle.
So
big.
did we accidentally give it away
We
in the
did.
video?
Yeah.
I
But
flipped
But
too
we didn't
quick.
say it on the audio, so if you're listening on audio,
Oh, there you
think
go.
about it.
You
So
can get famous grouse in that size?
4.5 liters, often
Jesus.
referred to as a Rehoboam, which is
What?
named for a biblical figure in the same name who was the son of Solomon and reigned in the king of Judea. This is the equivalent of 6 750 ml bottles.
What? What?
So 4.5 liters.
Well, here in the States, we call it a whopper.
Does,
A whopper.
seriously, does Famous Grouse come in that? Like,
Is it because the bird's upside down in
'Cause-
that one because it's already drunk?
because for $100, I would buy one of those.
Yeah.
Just to say you have it.
Oh yeah. Could you put that on the bar and like, holy cow?
You'd have to build a special shelf for it.
You would have to.
That's a
Big
big one.
It's a big one.
All right, question 9. Which Scotch whiskey brand is the best-selling whiskey in bars for 2024 according to the Drinks International poll? A. Glenmorangie, B. Johnny Walker, C. Monkey Shoulder, and D. The Macallan.
That's tough,
So the
man. That's
best-selling
tough.
whiskey in bars in 2024. That's an interesting. It's a kind of a unique characteristic, but
That's tough, man, but it's hard to get away from Johnny
It's
Walker.
hard to freaking get away from Johnny. He's been walking. You're going
So-
Mac, even though it's the most expensive drink
you
in
might
the
wanna
bar.
Flip that around. 'cause
I-
it's there.
I will say that is the one that I sell the most of in my bar.
Really?
Yep.
All right, so you got to go with Macallan then.
I'm going Johnny.
People
I'm
know
going Johnny.
Macallan.
J-Dub.
It is Johnny Walker B. Johnny Walker was the best-selling whiskey in bars at 28%, but Monkey Shoulder was number 2.
That doesn't surprise me.
That does surprise me. You sell a lot of Monkey Shoulder?
No.
You don't sell Johnny Walker either, though.
Yeah, we sell a lot of Johnny Walker, but not as much as Macallan. I think it depends on the bar you walk into, though.
What the problem is the price point, right? And Johnny
Yeah.
Walker's half the price.
Well, and if you go into a whiskey bar, like, are you talking about bars in like hotels?
Yeah, like all bars.
Johnny Red is probably
So
and Johnny
airport
Black.
bar-
Can't be.
Bars,
Johnny Walker's just the biggest ever.
It's
I
the
mean,
behemoth.
I don't know how they make enough whiskey, but anyway. So question 10, what is the newest Lowland commercial Scotch distillery to open? A. Ardgowan, B. Inchdarney, C. Kingsbarn, or D. Port of Leith?
I don't know this answer. I'm gonna go with C because I feel like that's the answer, but I have no.
Ardgowan,
I'm guessing.
Inchdarney,
Kingsbarns.
Kingsbarn, or Port of Leith?
I feel like I've heard that before, but I don't.
Take
I
your
don't know.
time. Let's listen.
Let me think about this.
I'm going to say B.
Well, I think if you
I'm not sure.
check Mrs. Bueller, you'll find your son has been skipping school. I'm going to go with
I just
Port of
watched that
Leith.
movie the other day. Such a good movie.
I'm
It's so
going D.
annoying.
So it's going to be A.
I'm going.
Well, it is A because meanwhile, Ethan's already saying it's A. So he knows
Well, but-
everything.
But we've
He
guessed
knows
the other three. That's why I figured it was A.
Brian's saying D, so it is A. Ardgowan. Ardgowan's official opening day was June 20th, 2025.
It's like 2 weeks ago.
From their marketing, the distillery is home to the Infinity Cask, a unique and bespoke vessel crafted for ultra-long aging. These casks are designed to mature whiskey over decades,
He even said it.
otherwise known as a standard whiskey cask.
Ethan is all knowing.
I'm thinking that may be like a Solera cask. That what an
That's
Infinity
that's
cask
what
is?
most. That's what everybody else calls it.
Yeah.
But this is an infinity.
I'm just
cask.
assuming that as they're emptying barrels from the other stuff, that they're just pouring the last little bit into this cask and letting it sit.
Can't waste that shit.
Hell yeah. Well, it's an infinity cask.
So this means we need to look up Ardgowan.
it's going to be charcoaly.
All right, so I'm
All
probably
right.
like 3 for 10. Still 30.
I
I'm
don't-
still 300.
Still
Still batting
33%.
300. I'm still happy.
You're a good batter.
Man, Malt Mania's 6
Man.
for 10. Yeah, Ethan, what are you perfect? Jesus, that dude's all over the place.
He's a quick typer.
I feel like 6 out
So
of 10
Google
gets you
it.
an A.
So
curve.
Ethan said, didn't Ardgowan fill their first cask like a week ago? I
Exactly,
mean,
that's
literally, they are brand new. That's hardly fair.
I think I got 3 right, maybe 4. He's got 7 or 8. Yeah, nice. Nice job.
Good job.
7 or 8. He can't
rough.
remember, but he can remember all the answers to those questions.
All right, so
kinda
I'm going to
sus.
pour a Macallan for Andrew when he gets back here.
That's spirit.
Oh, you're a nice guy. It's good to see you, Dr. Scotch.
Fill it all the way up. He likes that.
I need a 4-finger pour. All right, see you guys.
Thanks for the trivia.
Yep.
Cheers to that.
Oh man.
all right.
So I think the remainder of the show we've got a section that Drew just created that he's actually got some screenshots of questions from our patrons and some subscribers and YouTubers and stuff that we're gonna address. We haven't done that.
There's not a right or wrong answer, right?
Hey, guys.
All right.
Is Dr.
Welcome
Scotch
back.
just here?
He
He
was.
was.
here.
He poured you a
Dude, that
drink.
was a long bathroom break.
Yeah.
Everything come
well,
out all right? You okay?
I might have did a few more minutes, but I'll be all right for now.
So we're trying to do something on our live shows that's on a schedule, and one of them is Q&As from everyone, whether you're a patron or even someone that subscribes to us. But we've got quite a few questions already in the
Smells
hopper
like
here, so
Macallan.
we're gonna pull like 2 or 3
Macallan?
random ones here, guys,
All right.
and just see what we think. Okay.
right.
So here's the first
Pull
one.
them up.
Are these questions for us?
Yeah, they're for us.
Oh, okay.
All right. BR_Mike asks, what advice would you give your, quote, younger whiskey self if you could go back to your first review? If you were stranded on a desert island and could only bring 6 bottles, what would each of your desert island whiskey lineups, I can't read, look like? I'd love to hear the personal picks from each of you. So kind of a double banger question. If you, what advice would you give to your younger whiskey self?
You don't need that ice ball.
No shit.
Buy all the Deanston 20s you can buy.
That's a tough one because, part of the naivety of a young whiskey is what makes you so engaged and so interested. So for me, I'm a peat head, and I would tell myself to pay attention to those lighter floral whiskeys that you don't particularly like, but are really great whiskeys. So you have to learn to appreciate whiskeys that aren't maybe in your wheelhouse, because there's some exquisite whiskeys out there that are not in your wheelhouse.
That's good from you. I would say be more open and be willing to try outside of what what you like. And there was one other thing that I really thought that was a good piece of advice, and it slipped my mind now that I was listening to yours, because I was like, damn, Andrew, that was really thoughtful. That was really point on for you.
Yeah. You need to talk to people about your whiskeys too.
Oh, here's what it was, is spend more time honing your skill not drinking whiskey. In other words, pay attention to your food and your smells and your taste and your environment and your experience, because that's what you're drawing on when you get into the whiskey, when you taste the whiskey. Without having all that background knowledge, why do you think Sean comes out with some incredible freaking notes on nose, on palate? He's a chef. He's cooking, and he's always experimenting with those senses. So you actually sharpen your senses outside of whiskey, and that's where you're really going to get good.
Yep, I like it.
I actually think we did a lot of things right, to be honest with you.
Like what?
So, I mean, we kind of make fun of ourselves for doing the ice balls in the water and stuff, but as a new whiskey drinker, whiskey can be hot.
Yeah.
And it's unapproachable to your palate if you can't get in there and get it, right? We've been doing this a long time, and now it doesn't bother us, but back then, we would have totally overwhelmed our senses if we tried to drink it neat all the time. So I think just kind of understand where you are on your journey, and your journey is going to be different than everybody else's. Sure. And so don't necessarily be embarrassed about where you are on it. You know what I mean? Like, you like what you like, and it's fine, and don't let anybody dissuade you from that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we were extremely lucky to have 4 of us be neighbors and friends before this. And we got extremely lucky just doing something and being on a journey to begin with, and it worked out. And I will say, if it's anything I would go back and say is, when we first started, it took me a while to be comfortable just spitballing and saying whatever's on my mind. And I think sometimes when people get into whiskey tastings and whatnot, they're so critical of themselves that they're going to say something that's not right or doesn't feel right.
Worried about that.
And I would say, there's nothing wrong with whatever you say. Everyone has their own palate and taste buds. I would say, if anything, just go from the heart, go from memories, go from what you know and makes sense. If you say pumpkin spice or some kind of sausage biscuit, whatever, it's you and it makes sense. So just be okay with what you're tasting.
That's fair.
And don't be afraid of people like me saying, no, I don't taste that. Because, I mean,
it happens.
Fair.
It happens
it's fair
all the
that
time.
You're not going to taste it.
Yeah,
Right.
I will have different palate than you, but that is what you're getting out of the whiskey. That's okay.
Yep.
So 6-bottle island, that's a lot. I don't know.
6 bottles?
That would take me some
Why don't we do
serious
one
thought.
for each of us tonight?
All right.
Okay.
Let's say 2.
Yeah, let's do 2.
Well,
Okay.
let's get a total of 6 between the 4 of us. So Lagavulin 16, that's mine.
Lagavulin 16 was my island,
All right,
my
so-
first island
So pick
whiskey.
another one,
So,
a different one.
honestly, probably, I hate to say it, I don't want to steal Drew's. I'll leave it for Drew. You can have it.
Yeah.
You can say it. Go ahead. I got options. I got options.
No. I'll go Old Pony 21.
That was my other option.
That's so good too. Yeah.
That's a good one. So are these like, they can be any bottle, right?
Well,
Sure.
So if I was like Tamdu Batch 1,
Okay. There you
I've
go.
got one.
Oh, that's so good.
you can say it.
If you could
So-
reproduce that thing and take it, that's your island bottle. That's
Honestly, Actually, you know what? The Benriach Solstice.
Oh man, there's a wee bit of that back there still.
That was such a good bottle.
I mean, everyone knows Deanston 20, but I'm also going to say Deanston 10
'Cause that's
Yeah.
a little higher proof, isn't it?
because that was such a great PX cask, and that one is even more harder to find than Deanston 20. I have never seen one out there in the wild for the last 5 or 6 years, so I don't know. But Deanston did some crazy shit with their dirty, what do you call those metal things that they get all that stuff on them.
And they cleaned
They
them.
clean. They never
Oh,
clean
they
them.
clean their receivers. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever they did back then was amazing whiskey. So
Should have never
I love
cleaned
it.
them.
I should never
Don't
clean
ever
these
clean
damn
them.
things. Damn it.
So
Dalmore King Alexander.
really,
It's got to be in there, right?
yeah, because I could drink that one all day.
I mean,
It
every
does
day
have a-
it's
it
so
does
good.
bring a lot.
It's so good.
right.
It
You can't-
really is.
Now on a desert island, like when it's hot, maybe not. So you could come up with some different whiskeys on a hot desert island, but that whiskey is so good and it's so many layers.
I want to say, obviously, Old Pulteney, but I'm not as big of a fan of it as you guys are. But I love the story and I appreciate what it is. And I would say the Ball Blair 90s. It's just something that's so.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, I got a
It's
couple
so.
of those bad
It's like
boys.
it's like the
You do
true
stuff,
Johnny
so-
Walker Blue.
So, funny story. I had one of our neighbors over the other night, and we got into some Ball Blairs downstairs.
Mm.
And I had a Ball Blair 15, and we tried some of that, and I mean, it was okay. It wasn't great. And then I had a Ball Blair 03 up on the top shelf that I'd forgotten I had. And we opened that, and it was
So that's the old
like,
vintage,
so good.
right? Not the age
And
statement, but the old.
I mean, it was night and day, like not
Really?
even close. And that 90 was ridiculous.
Well, how old was
So-
it? It was 2003. Was that the year it was distilled, or was that was it?
Remember, it was. I mean, it was a little bit. It was a little bit.
It
old.
must be
It
distilled.
wasn't as old as the 15, but it was way better than the
Ah,
15.
so crazy.
Way better. So anyway, I mean,
All right, cool.
there's some bottles like that out there that are just crazy and ridiculous. What was the other one that I was thinking of the other day?
Bob Blair 90. Wow.
Ball Blair was exceptional.
old-
Oh, how about Teapot Dram?
Oh,
man, we
Which
went through
one?
Some of those,
Yeah,
right?
there's lots
I-
of those.
Yes,
I can't
because
remember.
we're
Yes.
stuck on a desert island, so they just
So
bring
all
them
of,
all.
all of them will be
All
good.
of them.
Yeah.
Those were delicious.
Those are
too.
good.
Yeah.
Those are good questions. Thanks for submitting that for us. So
Yeah,
let's-
good
let's do
questions,
another one
Mike.
quick. Here's another one from. This is from Joe. And Joe says, "Why haven't Scotch for Dummies pursued a barrel of Scotch or a barrel pick?
Shit, we have.
We've tried.
So, Joe, I respect that question, and it makes sense because we've bottled barrels before, but Scotch is a different business.
Sure is.
There's more layers to it, Joe.
It's about
There's
the importing.
Importing the three, tier system here in the States, so it's been difficult. We do have a few leads still. We haven't given up on it. We will get some Scotch in a bottle, but it's again when we do get the right connection, it's got to be the right whiskey. We're not going to sell ourselves short and lower the bar
No.
and say, well,
No.
this is our first Scotch, so let's just accept a 2.5.
No, it's got to
still-
be a 3 or better.
right, and I'm hoping it's a 3.5.
I hope so, too.
We're
All
going
right.
to work on it.
Yeah.
Next question.
All right.
This is from a YouTube subscriber.
Okay.
What Indian bottles are worth buying and adding to the collection?
John
Huh.
Paul.
Well, John
Or
Paul
Paul-
kicked
Paul-
ass tonight.
Paul.
Apparently,
Yeah.
I'm drinking it right
If
now.
you like
That's
peated
actually
whiskey,
Paul John, but okay. Yeah.
Paul John is
Paul John Bold.
pretty good.
Honestly, there's a lot. There's some good stuff. We're just now getting into some of that area, but the injury stuff is great.
Rampart. What's the Amrit? I mean,
Yep.
honestly, the injuries we've had a bunch of them. They've been really friendly to us, but they're making good whiskey too.
Yeah.
And not horrible on the pocketbook either. Like
Yeah,
they're
Be-
approachable.
because they can age them fairly quickly.
yeah.
The whiskey is not unapproachable in price.
Yeah.
Yep. You got one more for us?
I'll do one more. I'm trying to find one here. I like that one. That's a good one. Here, we'll do this one. Give me a second.
Okay.
Here we go. All right. So the next question is from Dustin from Top Shelf Whiskey. Which dummy is most likely to get yelled at by the wife for buying a bottle?
Drew.
How expensive of a bottle are we talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I don't get
My
yelled
wife's
at. She doesn't
pretty
care.
pretty lenient because I don't buy it very often. So now if I was buying like Mark.
Mark
Mark has
excluded.
a problem.
He's not. He's why he's the bunker
Mark
commander.
has a problem.
We yell at Mark.
Right, I get yelled at by these guys more than my wife, for sure.
What are you doing, Mark?
Are you gonna open it?
I can't help it. I can't help it. I just gotta have it.
He's a hoarder. It's disturbing, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will say
he could not buy a bottle for the rest of his life and not ever be sober.
our wives have been extremely cool through this entire adventure, and none of them ever really complained or had any issues with it. And you know, they're cool with supporting us. I mean, I don't go out. It's more of a respectful thing. I don't go out and spend a shit ton of money on stuff. But if I want to go spend $300-$400 on whiskey, she's not gonna say anything. She didn't care.
I think that's right. But for me too.
No, I mean, I don't. Over 10 years, guys, we've been at this for 10 years. We've all been responsible enough to maintain and take care of our family obligations and our responsibilities. You know, we've
None
not
of us
lost
have gone
our
bankrupt.
jobs.
Yeah,
we're
we
not
do
bankrupt.
okay.
We haven't missed a house payment. You know, we're taking care of things. Now, this is a hobby of ours. I mean, it's a big interest of ours. So, you know, there's I think a lot of leniency given to us from our spouses and our families and whatnot. But
I will say that I used to spend a lot more money on it. Now I've got so many bottles I don't know what to do with. Anyway, like I've actually like poured some out or given some away over the years just because I'm like, I'm never drinking this again.
yeah.
And it's fine. Like it's not like it's bad whiskey, but it's like it's not interesting enough for me to keep it, or I just don't
And
know
you
what
might
I
as
would
well
do
share
with
it.
it. So
why not?
yeah, we'll give it away to other people.
Yeah.
So now I actually, when I go to buy, it's because I'm like, oh, I've never seen that one before.
That's interesting.
Or it's a new distillery, or it's something just like fun and interesting that I want to try. So I don't know that I spend as
Different
much as
mindset now, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely a different mindset. Most of the bottles I buy, there's a reason. It's not just to buy the bottle. I mean, I think my last bottle that I bought was a Glenmoe 10. And you know why I bought it? Because Glenmoe 10's discontinued.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
that's
If
good.
you
Yeah,
find
sure.
more, buy more.
Exactly. I'm going to buy it, right? Or that day I was in that one liquor store and, you know, Victoriano was on sale for $42.99. I bought
Yes,
6
please.
bottles of it,
Crazy.
you know, and all
Thank
the Scotch
God you
Verdun
did.
Scotch-
That's
I mean,
a crazy price.
shit like that. So, I mean, yeah, I peruse the auctions more just to keep my eye on the price of bottles and see what their values are.
Yeah, that's
I don't-
interesting.
I don't
Are they
buy
coming
that
down,
much.
or are
Yeah.
they still high?
No, they're going up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're continuing to climb.
Well, guys, we're closing up here too, but I will say, just to end that question segment, we're also extremely lucky because we have the great support of our patrons that also
Yes.
help our
Yes.
channel, and from you all as well, subscribing and memberships. You actually help. If we need bottles, we buy them as well from our business perspective. So
Yeah.
we're extremely lucky there as well. But
Sure.
you know, tonight's battle was great. Would love to
awesome.
hear your comments. If you've got some kind of comments, if you've got some other suggestions for us, comment below in this video. Would love to hear from you. But it's a fun show tonight, guys.
Yeah,
And,
sure, absolutely.
And hey, you know, just
the
a
winner
shout
tonight.
out, King of the Hill is still on. You know, we still have a lot of battles left to go. This was kind of a nice little, you know, detour from that. But King of the Hill is not going anywhere, so keep watching for those things.
This blind tonight did not end the way I thought it would. But
no,
Shocking,
It
actually.
was actually harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Huge
the surprise of the
So-
night, Paul John.
Yep.
Holy moly.
So if you think
Cheers
you're
to that.
cool with whiskey and you think you know everything, have somebody create a blind for you, and it will completely humble you. It
Yeah.
is crazy.
especially a world blind. A shout out to Lana Sutton as well for you know
That was a fantastic
donating
Kavalan.
this Kavalan. That was a very interesting bottle. I'm looking forward to doing a full review on it. Actually.
I think I'll have to end my dram in that bottle tonight. So to
Oh,
that,
that's a good
Cheers for that.
thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you guys
Thanks,
next time.
guys.
Good seeing
Cheers.
Happy
Cheers,
4th
everybody.
of July.
3, 2, 1.